Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear workshop. I'm Pat Baer. Waiting for a few more folks to join us here in the stream. So I want to say hi to everybody, but we'll start up proper in a couple minutes. But I figured I'd chat with those of you that came in real early. Thank you very much. If you're a subscriber, throw a Bear Cave emote in there so people know that's what's up. Um, Hello and welcome. We'll get kicked off. We're doing more Lego. We're working on our Millennium Falcon from the Force Awakens era, the new movies. I'm very excited to continue to work with that and to chat with all of you and to do the usual proper stream. So yeah, I'll just wait for a few more folks to jump in. If you're in the chat, why don't you say hello so I know that you're there? Obviously, hey, if you're just watching because you like to watch it in the background, you put it on the TV while you do other things, you don't want to be in the chat room, I get that. That's fine. Totally cool. But since I'm just talking out into the void, I do like when I can see folks in chat, obviously. So we'll give it another minute and then we'll get into the builds. Got my trusty device right here, my separator. Only had to use that a couple times so far. Hopefully won't have to use it, so I'm going to put that aside. Hello, Rio Starwind. Rio Starwind, hello. Apologize if I said that wrong. As always, I'm very bad at that, knowing how usernames work. All right, we'll give it another moment or two, and then we will start digging into this build. Give a few people will come slowly trickle in. I know the 8 p.m. start time is a little early for some folks, and if I could do it later, I would. But Thursdays mean that 8 p.m. Eastern to 9:30 p.m. Eastern is the best time for me on Thursdays. So I'm going to do that. All right, I got it right. Yeah. Well, thank you, Rio Starwind. I appreciate that. So let's go to the wide shot. Let's show you our progress. Let's talk about the progress. So we've got a lot of the base we're building up from the bottom of this Millennium Falcon. As you can see, this table is not big enough for this project. I wish that I had a wider table, a deeper table. Speaking of which, I'll mention it later in the chat as well. I updated my Amazon wish list to include a table. You know what? When I get back from Philly this weekend, I might just buy it anyway. But I figured, hey, I'll put it up. If someone's feeling generous, if they have Amazon gift cards, they want to buy me a table on Amazon Prime, more than welcome to. It folds up really small, which will be very nice for storage. But I got to do something. So we left off at the end of book of bag, I should say 3. And we were building this, and I finished this off because I wanted to null a bag and not do it live because it's kind of boring. So I finished this piece here, this section here. We're going to be building off this. We're going to be building some more. We're in bag 4. Let me show you bag 4. I'm going to tilt this down. Here's bag 4. Here's also my laptop and the webcam that's pointing right at my fucking face. And we'll tilt it up here. And that's more or less the workspace we've got to work with. So I don't have a lot of room here, but we're going to make it, we're going to figure it out. We're kind of moving things back and forth, looking at the pages, doing our thing. We're going to get going on this Falcon build. So as always, if you're doing something in the while you're watching, if you're working on any projects, doing some model kit painting, building something, putting together some figures, let me know. I love hearing about it. What do we got here? David Dubonte just subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it, David. Yes. So, thank you for using, well, also not Will Smith. Thank you for hosting my stream. David, so thank you for using your Twitch Prime account and using your token that you get from Amazon Prime linked to Twitch. If you'd like to do that, if you're not David and you'd also like to do that, that would be rad. It keeps it going, keeps me buying kits, keeps me buying little things that I need. As mentioned, I'm going to pick up a new table off my Amazon wish list. I put it up there in case someone else wants to do it. But if no one does, I'm just going to buy a table because I need a bigger workspace. It also helped me in building Gundam model kits as well, having more table space. So right now we're just going off the paper here. We're finding the pieces that we need based on where they're telling us to put things and assembling as we go. That seems to be about right. And 1, 2, 1 there. We're thinking great. And as always, it's Lego, so you know you can figure it out. If I put something slightly in the wrong spot, I can go back and undo it. David, you don't want to be in the raffle. Yes. So no problem, David. I'm going to mark that down with your username, and it will go in my raffle section. That also brings up a thing about the raffle. That's a bonus for subscribers, is that when I hit certain milestones, I do raffles, and they're all the model kits, Lego or Gundam, that I've made. Raffle off to users. And so I'm going to write there, no kits for raffle. David, thank you for letting me know that. I appreciate you telling me. We're ways away from our next goal, which is 50 subscribers. I don't think we're going to hit that this year in November, December. But I will do a Christmas raffle. Sometime around the Christmas holiday, I will do a raffle because I think that would be rad. And also, I got a lot of kits. So the Master Gundam from G Gundam, I should say, is going to go to a lucky person. Probably not the 50 winner. Probably just the, hey, it's Christmas. Let's do a raffle. So yeah, so if you have a token for Amazon, or you just want to spend $5, doing that would be great. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so let's go over here. All right, so now we're building up a little thing that's going to attach right here. So I'm going to put this aside, just out of my way so that I can build right here on the booklet. It's very helpful to build in the booklet. As mentioned, the first Lego kit we did on stream was that Lego Ghostbusters Ecto 1, and it was awesome, except that the background was black, and it was kind of hard to build on. So I much prefer this. A lot easier. Thanks for joining me. I know that I have had a weird streaming schedule, and sorry, it's going to continue that way. I can't, unfortunately, do too much about it. It's just the time of year where things get a little weird. So, this Saturday, I'm going to do a stream at 12 p.m. That's an afternoon stream, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. In the afternoon, I'll be doing a stream. So I hope you'll join me for that, because I'm at PAX Unplugged in Philly. And so my normal time, 9 p.m., I'm actually going to be doing a panel, which will be live on twitch.tv/PAX2, and I'm going to host it on my normal. So during the normal time, I can't do anything. But I still wanted to stream while I was at PAX. So what I'm doing is I'm going to do an afternoon stream. I've got 2 Mega Constructs Pokemon. We did 1 on stream previously. I'm going to do 2 more because those are easy to assemble and don't require any tools. You just bring them. So I figured, well, why not do that? And that way I get to do a little bit of a stream with y'all. I should say that that stream that I'm doing Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/PAX2 is going to be obviously live streamed, and it'll be very cool. And we had a substitution of guests. Originally, it was myself and Max Temkin and Angela Weber and Austin Walker. Unfortunately, Austin is dealing with some stuff and is not going to go to PAX this weekend. So Austin could not do the panel because he's not going to PAX. Sorry, I dropped my stickers. I've been applying stickers. That's not a thing I do, but I'm doing this for this kit because this kit is special and rad. So I'm applying stickers. And oof, boy. So we're doing that because of that. So Samantha Kalman, who has done the show before, is a fantastic person, a game designer, and wonderful. I do stuff with her at League of Heels, the wrestling league that we do a lot at PAX's. Samantha rules, and so Samantha is going to fill in for Austin, who is taking care of business. I will hopefully have Austin in some capacity in some show in the future. We both live in New York. He loves Gundam. Gunpla stuff is a thing that we share in common, and one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because of Austin. So I applied this. It's crooked. I'm going to move on because I'm not going to sit here all day and finish it. All right, so we do that. Then we just add a little bit more. I did my knolling off stream in an effort to get it done faster. We'll probably have to knoll the 5th bag during the stream, but that's okay. So yeah, let me know, chat, if you're working on anything, if you're building anything right now during stream. Hey, if you're not doing it now, but you're working on model kits. Someone today sent me photos of a kit that they're building, which is awesome and I love so much. Please send me photos. Twitter.com/PatBear. Hello, Harold. Hello and welcome. Yeah, so if you're building something, let me know. Send me links on Twitter. I love seeing that. And I will make sure to give you a shout out on Twitter. If you're building something, you can tell me in chat, obviously. But yeah, if you ever put together a kit, like a Lego kit or a model kit or something, or you're just painting minifigs or something, and you're doing that when I'm not streaming, let me know. I love hearing about it. All right, so lots of cool doohickeys and whatnot there. We're moving on. We did all that, and then I got to put one more piece here. A lot of gray, a lot of black, 2 different shades of gray. Very fun, very simple. We're moving right along. Am I having issues streaming? I apologize if the stream got weird there. It looks like my Wi-Fi is being not great right now. So I apologize for that. But yeah, hopefully everything's okay. Normally the Wi-Fi is just fine for streaming, but it might be going through some issues. And if it is, I apologize. Of course, on youtube.com/PatBear, I put up all of the videos of my streams. I'm archiving it locally, so we shouldn't run into any issue by doing that locally. And Patreon backers, the $5 level will get that tonight. Everyone else will get that tomorrow. My 404ing It show that I'm doing on Saturday, obviously will be live streamed. I'm going to rip the archive. I'm going to put that on my YouTube on Monday, so folks can see that on Monday, because it'll be Saturday night, and then I'll just get it up as soon as I can. But I will be also trying to make this weekend a vacation. Obviously, I'm doing a panel, and it'll be very fun. I'm going to say hi to a bunch of people, see some folks, try to buy a gift for a Secret Santa that I'm doing, a Yankee candle, that kind of thing. So I'm also like looking for gifts and hanging out, but I still want to do some streams, which I'm pretty excited about. So that goes over here. This goes this. Oh, layers over it. That's cool. Very cool. I don't, as I said, I know, where things are on the Millennium Falcon, but I'm not like an expert when it comes to like, oh, that's that thing. Oh, that's that thing. So, I'm doing my best. Thank you, Harold. I appreciate that. I am going to have a good time. I'm going to see my friend Makinaro. Many of you know Makinaro from the internet. Maki rules, and through financial stuff hasn't been able to go to PAX in quite some time. And I haven't seen him because of that. So I'm very excited about being able to see Maki. Yes, Maki's been great. Maki used to live in New York, so I would see him at New York fun times, like New York Comic Con and things like that. He has since moved, and which makes things tougher. But he is in the Philadelphia area, so he'll be at Unplugged. I will say one of the weird things about Unplugged coming up this weekend is there's no bands. There's no concerts, so there's no bands, which means there's no band land. So, like, I don't know where Chris Straub is setting up. Like I don't think Mikey's coming. Then you won't see music. We won't have Front-A-Lot playing music as people come through. It's going to be an odd PAX. I'm excited about it because PAX South was just like another PAX. It was small the first time, but it still felt like a real PAX. And this one's going to feel different, I think. I mean, it's not sold out. That's weird for a PAX, right? PAXs sell out. I think the board game focus is cool, but I do think it'll be different. And hopefully people will come out. That's my like I would love if people came to my panel. So I think the Saturday badges are sold out, and then the weekend badges are still a few, and then yeah, I don't know. Um, hopefully people will come out to that. I would be bummed if they didn't come. I mean, Philly's not much of a trek for me. It's pretty easy for me to go there. I'm on the train. So normally when I go to any PAX, be it South or East, or the two times I've gone to South, I should say, and then West and all that, I usually fly out or take the train on Thursday. And I didn't this time. I'm just going tomorrow because it's only an hour and a half train ride. So even with commuting to the train, it's a 2 hour trip. So I wasn't going to take another hotel room and go on Thursday. I'm going tomorrow. But that does mean that my body feels weird. My brain feels weird about it because I'm usually at PAX the night before. So now I'm like, is it Thursday? Am I at PAX? What's happening? So I'm not. It's Thursday night. I didn't go to PAX yet. So I have to like mentally make my mind up about that. I don't know. It's a weird thing. I don't know if I'm describing it well, but I like to run on a schedule, and when I break my own schedule, it's weird. Because why did I break it? Speaking of schedule, oh man, let's talk about it. I'm not doing a stream next Thursday. It's American Thanksgiving. I know that I have friends here that watch the streams. Some of you actually aren't here tonight. You normally come in Saturday nights because I work a little later. I know that for some of y'all, it's just another day. It's not next Thursday isn't anything special, but for me, I'm going to go eat Thanksgiving dinner with friends. I have a Friendsgiving coming up, and so because of that, I am not going to stream. So next Friday, I will stream at 9 p.m. till 10:30 p.m. Eastern, and next Saturday, the normal schedule of 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Eastern. So that's what I'm going to do next week. I'm going to do it Friday and Saturday, the normal time, the Saturday time for that, and I'm going to take next Thursday off. I'll put a post about it. I'll send a message out to subscribers, that kind of thing. But I wanted people to know that because some people were asking if I was going to stream on Thanksgiving. And I thought about maybe doing like an afternoon stream, but I'd rather just not work that day. So that's what that is. But I'm still going to stream twice next week. I'll do a Friday instead of a Thursday. You had to work Friday, flew up after, didn't get to be until 10 p.m. Yeah, I mean, the nice thing is, like, Harold, is that I'm taking the 8 a.m. train. So I'm getting in at 9:30. I'm getting in a half an hour before the show floor opens. So I'll be tired because I'm going to go out after this. I have work to do. So I'm going to be tired tomorrow and I'm gonna, regret it and wish that I had taken my time and traveled today, but I'm doing it. Okay, so I'm gonna put this over here. We're building a little thing, and then we're also putting some pieces of places. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get all the pieces I need. I'm gonna build my little things, and then continue the build here. So I need 2 of these. I need 1 dark gray, 3. I like getting all the pieces that I need here and then seeing where they go. I like working that way. Makes my life easier. Got these 2 red ones here. And then we'll build this small little piece that we need there. Oh, here it is. Great. Even with knolling, sometimes I can't find a piece I'm looking for, and that's pretty frustrating. Let's see. It's 8:20. It's a little early probably to start getting into anime talk. I mean, there's no anime talk to talk, right? I'm not enjoying and am several episodes behind of Food Wars, which is a shame. Season 3 has not appealed to me. I haven't been into it. I'm hoping that I get into it. Hoping that it once it's done, I'll just go through and watch them fast and in order, and maybe that'll be fun that way. But yeah, I want to like that show. I like season 1. I like season 2. Just haven't enjoyed season 3, and it's a bummer. Or third plate, I guess you'd say. Just haven't enjoyed it. As I mentioned in the past, the anime that I've been really enjoying the most is what's it called? Love is Like a Cocktail. But that's 3 minutes. It's so fast that I watched the whole thing, including the closing credits and the closing credits song. There's no entrance song; it's just the end song. That when I finish the episode, I go back later. Crunchyroll thinks I haven't watched the whole thing because it's so short, which I thought was pretty funny. Okay, and then all right, so all right, you can see where I have to put these now. So now I can kind of put this on our workspace. And we'll do this. I think that goes like that. It's just kind of no, it doesn't. Okay, I did this wrong. Already messed it up, everybody. Gotta fix it. Gotta fix it. Gotta fix it. We'll fix it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so I just haven't found anything that I've been super into, which is a shame because I not only do I have a Crunchyroll subscription that I would like to use, I also would like to watch some anime and enjoy it. There's just nothing this season that's really doing it for me. I know that Overlord season 3 or season 2, I should say, Overlord season 2 is coming out in January. There's a couple other things coming out in January that sounds pretty cool. So I'm kind of going the back catalog, and I'm doing another rewatch, one of my Pat Bear rewatches. I'm rewatching the Polar Bear Cafe because it's adorable and slice of life. And man, I just need a relaxing slice of life show. I just need it. You know, sometimes you just need that kind of comfort food show. Um, that's why I watched Flying Witch pretty recently, all throughout again, because that's just a really nice show where like nothing happens, but it's great. It's like the good kind of nothing. Very much needed that in my life in the moment. I'm not like suffering right now, but things are busy, and sometimes it's nice to just watch something. It's not. So here's the thing. It's not mindless. Those kind of shows where quote unquote nothing happens, I don't consider those to be mindless entertainment. I consider those to just be like introspective and like nice and just like maybe a little quiet, maybe a little reserved. Just very cool shows that like I don't know. I might be doing a bad job selling them, but um, Flying Witch is it's such a cool world and such a cool show that I always like to recommend that. And then I had fun watching Polar Bear Club. All right, I got another sticker. Welcome. We just had a few new people jump in the chat. Hey, if you're a subscriber, throw that Bear Cave emote. The Bear Cave emote is just for subscribers here. I'm going to have a second one for them in January when I finally get my first check from what do you call it? Oh, from Twitch. I'm going to buy 2 emotes. Alex Zandra will be making 2 emotes for me. One that will be a second one for everyone $5 plus, and one for exclusively for the 2 folks that are backing me at $10 here on Twitch, supporting me $10 a month, which is incredibly nice of them. So I'm going to make one just for them and me. Okay. So we built that. It's all those pieces there. And then that goes. Oh, we made another display. I'm going to put that right there. And then that goes here. And it's just like a television monitor display. Oh, and so that makes this a chair. Okay. So I didn't know quite what this was, but I guess this is just like a chair. Set the screen. Relax a little bit. That makes sense. All right, cool. Let's keep building, right? Right. Harold, thank you for throwing that up. Appreciate it very much. Oh yeah, so like, talking about back, supporting and subscribing and all that. So subscriber rewards are a thing now. I'm going to put this aside because I'm building some stuff here. So, yeah. If you wanted to buy your friend a gift and get them a subscription, you could do that. I haven't quite done all the research on how to do all of that, but I know that that is a thing that people can do. So that might be fun for around the holiday season. If you have a friend that you know that likes this content and wants to subscribe, that's a thing you could do. Of course, you're obviously never under obligation to do any of that. I will say this, friends watching right now, if you if you can't or don't want to subscribe, that's totally cool. But if you could follow, that would be great. I'd love to have my follow numbers sky high. They are pretty good right now for doing this for 5 months, 5 months, 4 months. It's pretty good numbers, but I'd like to increase that. I'd like to build that up a little bit more. So if you could follow, that would be radical. If you haven't already. So we're building a whole thing here. There's like lots of pieces that are going to come into this. I believe we're building another piece that goes on the outside that's going to snap on to give this some depth and weight to our build. So we're just building a thing up. It's pretty cool. So I've been doing the Hitman DLC, the free add-on that came with the Game of the Year edition update, because I bought the game years ago, or last year. So I've been playing through that. That's been really cool. Some of the escalations aren't super difficult, but some of the content is really, really solid. I'm not gonna, no spoilers, but the patient zero element to it is very fucking cool. I'm not good at it. I'll say that. I'm not good at playing Hitman. Just like I'm not good at PUBG. I'm trying. I'm pretty good at Wolfenstein. I'm playing Wolfenstein on easy. So I'm doing pretty good with Wolfenstein. All right, so we're going to put this piece aside. We're building more. We're going to get back in here. I'm going to get all the pieces I need for this. Yeah, I'm pretty good at playing Wolfenstein because I'm playing it on easy and I'm taking my time with it. And sometimes you just have to barrel through, but most of the time they do want you to play smart. So yes, I've been doing that a lot, and I've been really enjoying. So 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Can't tell what size of these I need. Oh, I need this. Okay, I need the shorter ones. Great. Do that. Yeah, so I'm just grabbing all the pieces I need for this build ahead of time, and then I will be ready to go with it. To put this stuff together. Moves pretty fast. I mean, obviously, we're on bag 4. There's like 9 bags. This kit is going to take a while, but I'm really enjoying it, so I don't mind it at all that it's like kind of a long kit and going to be a long build because it's been really fun to do. All right, so we need 4 regular sizes here, and then we need 2 of these things. This is a piece I've never seen before. I don't know anything about it. It's weird looking. So let me see. I'm gonna make sure I can see the camera right. Okay. So here is the normal black 2-piece, right? Here is a normal black 2-piece with like a groove on it, and I can't describe it right except that like it's different. It's not gonna do justice on the camera, but it's different, and I'm into it. Yeah, so let's see here. So yeah, so that's a piece that I've never seen before, so that's kind of interesting. Okay, so let's take this. We'll take that. The black piece. We're putting. Oh, I need dark gray. We're doing some dark gray here. Glad I have a lot of light in this room because this would not work in a darker room. Some of these shades of gray would be kind of hard to tell apart. But the nice thing is, since I'm doing bag by bag, I'm not knolling like all of it. I'm pulling the right pieces because there's only so many pieces. They give you a few extra of each, but they don't go crazy with the extras. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll put this on here. Yeah, if you're watching any anime this season, let me know what you're liking because I have not found anything. I know some people are into Black Clover. I watched 2 episodes of Black Clover. It just seemed generic and not great, so I have not continued with that show. But I'd be willing to go back to it if it turns out to be good. didn't seem good, so I haven't been watching it. But I'm always up for being wrong. If I'm wrong, like fucking, let me know. The two things I'm trying to track down right now are the Irregular at Magic School movie that came out. It had a very incredibly short American release, and the Fairy Tale movie that came out, which also had a very incredibly short American release. Dragon Cry. I believe that I can see a screening of Dragon Cry, so I'm going to see that. But as far as the Irregular at Magic School, I have been unable to figure out a way to see that. I'll say this: even illegally, I don't know how to see that show, that movie. Like, I haven't found a torrent of that movie that's the whole thing and in English. Because I looked. Obviously, I want to support things legally, but there is no U.S. release of it, wide release. So I have been unable to watch it. Now, why can't I put these in? So these little guys here, guys and girls, these tiny little ones here want to go into this, but for some reason don't want to snap in. I might take a piece off, I don't know why, but they are having trouble doing the thing that they're supposed to do. So yeah, so that's my anime report. I wish I had more to say, but I don't. I will do my best to watch some shows. I might watch some old stuff, just kind of like see what's going on out there. But yeah, I wish I could give you a incredibly detailed report of what's going on in the world of anime. Oh, I mean, we talk about the weird Pokemon thing that happened. There's a movie out celebrating the anniversary of Pokemon that I don't quite understand why it's happening, but it's happening. It might be because of a dream, it might be something else, but Pikachu talks. And of course there's Detective Pikachu that's coming out. That's a Pikachu that's talking, but that's not Ash's Pikachu speaks English in this like retelling of like the first part of the show. There's another spoiler out there about what happens in this that's also crazy, but has also happened in the movies before. But the fact that like Pikachu is talking, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy bananas. Like, obviously, it's very weird that Meowth speaks English or Japanese. That's weird. And also, people who don't know that don't ever spend enough time on, hey, wait, did that Meowth just talk to us? Like, we all accepted that Meowth learned how to communicate with humans, and we just let it go. We don't talk about that. We should talk about that, but we don't. So I don't know. I think it's kind of stupid and weird in a cool way that there's that in a dream sequence, maybe. I don't know the context. I haven't watched the film. But the fact that Pikachu talks to Ash in English is kind of wild. What should I say here? Oh yeah. There was a good chance to watch some anime because Anime New York, there's a anime convention that's not run by Crunchyroll or not. It's not produced by Crunchyroll, but they're like associated with it. They're like helping out with it. That's here in New York, but I will be in Philadelphia, so I will not be at that convention, which is a bummer. Because even though I'm, 37, going one day wouldn't kill me. It wouldn't be a bad scene. I don't think I'm too old for anime, but I might be a little too old for anime conventions that I'm just going to as a fan. It'd be one thing if I was doing like a panel, that would feel more legit. I didn't submit 404ing it to Anime New York or Anime NYC, But if it happens next year and it's not a weekend where I'm traveling, I don't know. I could be convinced to submit to a panel, see if people would be into that. I know that anytime I do a New York panel, some of my friends like to come out to it. People came out to Gamer X East last weekend, which was very nice of them. So that was very cool. All right. Okay. I just got a text that I don't need to reply to right away, but I was waiting for. I can get into my Airbnb a little earlier than previously suggested. And that's awesome because it was a little too late in the day. And now it's earlier in the day. Now I can go pick up my badge. I can walk around the convention center. I can see what's going on. And then I can go to my Airbnb and drop off my luggage. Yes, Ronald, when Abby was like, I'm going to send you videos about horses, I was just like, yes, you are. And thank you. It was fucking rad. Her segment, on my youtube.com/Pat Baer, if you go to the 404 It panels, you'll see a playlist for 404 It panels, and you can watch that panel. And Abby's stuff is all about horses, and it's real good. I think it turned out really good. I think the whole show actually was really fun and positive. There was a moment where I was sassed beyond belief by a friend of mine. That's right. My friend Emmy, Ugly Machine, on the internet, fucking blasted me and was just like, I said some dumb joke and she was like, I hate it. And I was like, what's happening right now? You're the photographer. Shouldn't be roasting me. It was bad. It was fine. It was cool. All right, so that's how that went. I just put this extra piece on there, and there was a monitor that went in with these other monitors, which is pretty cool. This is looking pretty fucking rad, if I do say so myself. I'm gonna be okay with the fact that sticker is bad. All my other stickers turned out actually really good. So having one sticker that's not great, like fucking, I don't give a shit. All right, we're almost done with bag 4. We're gonna hit bag 4, and then I'll start doing my like, hey, here's the ways you can support me, blah blah blah, and then we'll get back into building bag 5. Les Brooke, you actually ended up falling off the wagon and bought an RX-70 EZ. Salisbury, hello. The high grade. Yeah, I mean the thing about high grades is they're easy, but they're still hard. Like the jump from chibi to SD to high grade is huge. High grade to master grade is big. Like I wouldn't recommend immediately jumping back in to, I'm going to put this aside, it's easier to build because we're putting a component on. It's hard to start with master grade again, but even a high grade, they can get you. They can be surprisingly complex. You think you're like, oh, this is going to be really simple to do, and then suddenly you're like, oh, never mind. It was not simple to do. All right. So yeah, so we're almost done here with bag 3, and then we'll jump into bag 4. Thanks for joining me tonight. I appreciate you coming in. As always, if you're working on a project, let me know. If you're coming here because I a week ago did the stream with Alex Navarro. Hello. 2 weeks ago, I should say, did that stream. If you joined because you were like, oh, I didn't know Pat Baer did that. Hello and welcome. I do this. So I've been traditionally doing Gundam, as you know, but this model, this Lego kit, the Force Awakens Millennium Falcon, was on my list, my Amazon wish list, and someone purchased for me. An unnamed person, someone I don't know who did this, was very nice and kind enough to purchase this for me. They're a mystery, and so I've been very excited to do some building. I've got a few kits left in the build. Better tools, yeah. I mean, like a nice pair of snipper clips, like, you can do well. You don't need to tell me about, like, people don't need me to tell them, but I'll say, like, Gundam Planet, has a lot of good resources of things that you can purchase. A good pair of snipper clips doesn't hurt anybody. Like wire cutters will do the job, but I think a good pair of snippers is incredibly important. And then if you have some sort of filing system to put your sheets and all that, and then a place to display them, which I do not have. All right, so we're gonna attach this, and then we're gonna take a little bit of a break where I, an ad for our sponsors, which is, me, and then we'll get into building. So I'm gonna put this on here on the back of this, because just snaps on. And we're good there. Got a couple extra pieces go in the extra pieces bag. I've got an extra pieces bag. It's already full of minifigs. Okay. So we'll get into Knowling Bag 5 in a moment. So here's the deal. I think I might keep this. I haven't decided yet, because it's rad as fuck. It's going to be a big-ass Millennium Falcon, and I'm psyched as hell to own it. But the other thing is, it's going to be bigger than the box. Like, it's not going to fit in the box to mail it out. And I don't think I want to put this in the mail. And that's me being practical. I understand. That's me, like, hiding behind practicality instead of just being like, yeah, I think this is rad and cool, and I want to own it. So I think I'm going to fucking keep it. I apologize if anyone was like, oh, I'm a subscriber. I would have liked to win that, but also, like, it's going to be fucking really expensive, and money is not great right now. So I don't think I could afford to mail this out in the future, because it's going to be a lot. Like, I'm happy to do it, but that Lego kit that I had to send out to Finland, that cost me some money. And that's fine, because I said I was going to do that, but that was a lot. So anyway, speaking of money, here's my Patreon, and here's my Amazon wish list, and here's my Ko-Fi. The Amazon wish list, I have a new link for that, because the old link wasn't working. So here's the deal. We'll start in the bottom. Ko-Fi, anything you send there goes to me buying kits. Amazon wish list. I put up a table. I'm probably just going to buy that anyway, but if someone wanted to buy that for me, that's totally cool. Model kits that I will make on stream. That's a way to support me through that. You could do that. Or I also put up computer components. That's right. I put up computer components because I was gifted not too long ago. I'm sorry, I had a memory lapse there. Yeah. So I was gifted a 970 for my home gaming PC to upgrade it, which is like a 6-year-old computer. But I'm going to have to upgrade everything else to make it something that I could stream off of. Because I want to be able to stream games with you. I want to stream games more. We did it off my laptop. It didn't work out great. I would also build that PC on stream. That would be a thing I would do either in place of, or it would actually be a bonus stream. It would be bonus build stream, because I would just do one long stream where I had my laptop going and I had some cameras going, and I actually put together my new computer on stream. So I would build it on stream. Salisbury, I've already thought of that. That's content. I wouldn't build it off stream. So I've got this good card, and I'd like to get some other things to upgrade, go from an i5 to an i6, just do some stuff. So that's on my wish list. And then, of course, Patreon. So right now I'm at $75 on my Patreon. If I hit $100, I'm going to do a Patreon-only Q&A every month. If I hit $150, I'm going to do a third stream a week. I can't do a third stream a week right now to where I'm at, but I would like to. So that's where we're at there. If in the future you're interested in supporting me in that way. But of course, you could also just back me here by becoming a subscriber, or just watch my content. Give me a retweet when I tweet out that I'm going live. Like, let people know that this is a stream that you like, and that, hey, he doesn't necessarily always do video game stuff, and come see that. So I'd like to do more video game things, but running it off here, even Hearthstone's not that complicated, but I just can't. So I want to run it off my gaming PC, and I need more stuff to make that a streaming PC. So I need a little help with that. Throw that over there. So that's where we're at there. Those are ways to support me. You obviously don't have to. You can just hang out and be here with me, and that's totally cool. I also love PC building. It's been a while since I built a PC. All right, so we got this big pile of bag 5, right? We've got 45 minutes left of our stream, so we're going to knoll. We're going to separate by color. Obviously, blue I'm not going to need a lot of. The 2 shades of gray I'm going to have a lot, so I'm just going to put those aside. What we'll do is we'll know by color, and then we'll know by shape within the color. So we've got a little bit of brown. I know we won't have a lot of brown, so we'll put that there. And of course, we'll have black as well. We'll have 2 shades of gray and black. So we'll separate all those. We're going to keep working on the outer shell of our Millennium Falcon. Last Brooke, I didn't to talk because I was going on my spiel there. But yeah, I could take it apart in half and put it in the box, but it's such a big build. I know that I think Ecto 1 hopefully arrived safely. I know that the Shining Gundam, our first Gundam that we built, that came apart in shipping, and I really packed that well. But I believe that it was fixable. What should I say? So yeah, so Johnny, when he gets that Lego kit, hopefully it's all fine and good. My 2 winners so far for my raffles have been a Canadian and a Finnish person. So I would love it if an American won, so it would be a little cheaper to send stuff out. But I think that's pretty fair if the only 2 kits I never send out are the Millennium Falcon, which I'd love to just display here in my apartment, and the Death Scythe, because I love Death Scythes, and I that's such a good kit that I decided that I was going to keep that kit. So, all right, so we're knolling here. It's now a great time. If you got anything you want to say in the chat, now is a great time for that, because I'm just separating by color, and then I'll separate by size and shape shortly. The knolling process is not a long one. It moves pretty fast, but it's pretty mindless. I don't have to look at anything while I'm doing it. So y'all got anything you want to contribute in there? And then, of course, like I said, my Amazon wish list, that stuff. Like, I'd love to build up my PC, but all those parts are expensive. They're all very expensive. So I'm not expecting anybody to buy them. But I put it out there in case people want to support. It'll be a long process. My laptop's good enough that I can do like Jackbox Party with y'all, but I want to have a second screen going and all that. So it's a little rough. I have 2 monitors. What video games do I still want to play before the end of the year? So I'd like to finish Wolfenstein, and then my roommate has a Switch. I don't own a Switch. My roommate has a Switch. So I'm thinking I might ask him if I can play a little Mario on the Switch. But also, if he says no, that's fine. I'd like to play more Mario. I played some Mario, but I haven't played a lot because I don't own a Switch. So I'd like to play that a bit. And let's see. I'd like to finish the Hitman stuff, the new Hitman stuff. I'd like to finish all of that. I haven't, but I can do that on my own. And then I bounced off Nier, but I know I'm going to finish Nier. I'm not going to finish Persona 5. I might go back to Persona 5 in the future, but right now I just don't have it in me to keep going with it. I don't really like the characters. I didn't have any fun with it. What I'm going to definitely do is stop playing Fallout 4 again, because I started playing. So I started watching some Fallout 4 videos on YouTube, people that do like crazy settlement builds, because they're very relaxing. I found this British guy. He's very No Replays is his name. All one word, No Replays. Does a good job talking, does a lot of good tricks when it comes to settlement building. Kind of got into that. That made me want to pick up Fallout 4 again, and because I didn't play much of the DLCs. So I'm slowly going through the Nuka World DLC, which is pretty cool. My character's not really built well for it, because my character was built around stealth. doing a lot of damage from far away, and then having either dog or either having dog meat or having Kate like run in and help out. Although I also this time around I'm playing a lot more with Piper because Piper's just like a good character. Like Nick Valentine's cool, but I like the idea of I'm not really RPing too much, but I think that my character is a woman and looking for her son, and she has sort of an affinity for hanging out with Piper and Piper's sister. So I think there's like a bond there that I'm kind of RPing a little bit of just being like, at least you have your sister. I know your dad was murdered and that sucks, but yeah. So like I built up Sanctuary because my character is just like into Sanctuary and having it good. I made the Red Rocket gas station that's right near it, my like solo base. Like it's not really a settlement. I don't want anyone living there, but it's like where I keep my power armor locked up. Like I built up like a pretty good fortress with like lasers. I might put a robot in there at some point if I have enough of the things I need to do that. All right, so I'm done knolling by color. Now I'm just kind of separating by shape to make it easier for me to grab these pieces as fast as possible. Like I said, I did the last one off air, but this one I had to do here. But if I start getting like through like 2 bags at a time, like we're making good progress. I think there's like 9 bags, so it's going to take a little while to do this kit, but it's a really fun kit. I haven't done Lego in a while. I wasn't getting bored with Gundam because God knows we're going back to Gundam, so don't worry about it. I actually do need to put up a poll for my Patreon. So the Patreon works as like $1. I'm just thankful, and then you get that Q&A when I hit $100 a month. If you do the $5, you get the videos early. The archives go up early. Any video I shoot, you get early. So the 404ing it, I'll put up on Monday for everybody, but on Sunday, my $5 and $10 backers will get that. And $10 backers get to vote on what I work on next. So I have 2 things that will go up in a poll that I'll probably do sometime next week or maybe the week after. I'll put a poll up and they'll be able to vote on the thing I build when this is done. I've got like 2 options for them. So, and also they chose what I'm going to buy next, but that's not what I'm going to build next. Yeah, the base building for the story is like, I don't know. There's some interesting things. Like, I do like the idea that while California was like, dealing with all this stuff, like, and trying to like rebuild and refocus and get where they needed to get in like New Vegas times, Boston was just living in fear and paranoia of like all the motherfucking super mutants that just like, holy shit, are there so many super mutants? Like, there are not that many. There's like, that was the thing about Fallout 4 that I think or Fallout New Vegas that I kind of liked in Vegas was just like, there were mutants, but there weren't so many of them. And the behemoths and all that, like, fuck, did Boston get screwed when it comes to super mutants? Because there are just so many of them. They're just mad. They're just like, yeah. It's like, I understand the gunners are all hostile, like the raiders, like the fact that there aren't a lot of people just out in the waste who are cool, and I totally get that, because if there's lots of super mutants, maybe you don't want to be cool. Yeah, Salisbury, I didn't get too far with my first playthrough. I kind of started over on this one. I like the Minutemen. I think the Minutemen are cool. I don't know if I like this version of the Brother. I mean, I like my Brotherhood of Steel Friends, right? I like the Fallout New Vegas chapter of the Brotherhood because they were isolated and cut off and had to make deals. And they were like, respected me. And I took one of their own that was kind of like exiling herself from the community and like was taking care of her. The character Felicia Day played. Because even though she just wanted to punch things, which I don't want to do, I want to shoot things from far away, she was like the best character. Yeah, but like, I don't know, the Railroad sounds cool, but I don't really do a lot with them. I'm like, the Institute sucks. Fuck the Institute. The Institute are like the worst. Like they're like the polar opposites of uh, the Brotherhood of Steel. They're just like all the technology and fuck y'all. Ha, ha, ha. So I'm like not really into them. And the Railroad is cool, but like to really be in tight with the Railroad, I think I have to like not be in tight with other people. But you know what? I'll say this: we're ready to open the book. We're ready to start building here. I'm not gonna like get too deep into uh, that, but I will say this: like, there's something about the Minutemen and like uh, starting from nowhere and building up like this kind of community on your own, and like being like we're a group of settlements and we're like retaking the land. I think it's cool. I think like being like, oh, I'm the general of like the Minutemen. I don't know. I think that's pretty neat. I'm kind of into it. All right, we're back to building. Got about half an hour left. We're gonna get through some of this. We're not gonna finish all of it, but we'll get through some of this bag. We're doing like a bag and a half to 2 bags per, which is good time. It's gonna be a while. But like I said, this Saturday, those of you that joined that weren't here in the beginning, this Saturday, I'm going to be in Boston, not Boston, haha, talking about Fall 4. I'm going to be in Philly for PAX Unplugged, so I'm going to do a special one-time only noon, 12 p.m. Eastern stream, just so I can build. I've got some Mega Constructs that I'm bringing, some Pokemon, so we're going to make some knockoff Lego Pokemon. We'll complete our sets. I haven't announced what those are, but they're cute and great, and they each take like half an hour, so we'll do like an hour-long stream together. I also don't know who's going to turn in. And then this Saturday at 9 p.m., normally when I stream, I won't be streaming because I will be on twitch.tv/PaxDew doing 404ing it with Samantha Kalman and Max Temkin and Angela Weber of the Double Clicks. Angela is like such a rad person, and we became internet friends over the past like 2 years because we have lots of mutuals. And I finally got to like meet her face to face and hang out a little bit with her at PAX West this year. And it was very fun because I booked her for Unplugged a while ago. So it'd be good to finally do something with her. I'm looking forward to sharing the stage with her and sharing the videos that she made. Or not made, but that she supplied to me to share with all of you. So that's what's coming up this weekend. And then next week I won't stream on Thursday, so a week from tonight I will not stream because it is American Thanksgiving. So I will be celebrating with my friends, the wonderful folks. Former 404ing It guest Brett White is hosting. It's going to be rad. You're not going, Salisbury. Yeah, I mean, it's unplugged, so I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. Like, the concerts aren't there. Your games journalist friends aren't there. I think, like, it's going to, like, I'll say this. Looking at the panels, I don't know these people. I think, like, the things that seemed like a big deal to some folks that the folks are genuinely excited about, to me, isn't anything to be excited about because I don't know the subjects we're talking about. But I'm excited to play some board games. Tommy of Secret Hitler is going to be there. I forget his last name. It starts with an M. And that's a dude that is cool, and we're going to play some board games. I'm going to buy something for a Yankee Candle swap thing. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully I'll find like a cool game that I can use for that. And then people will know who bought it because they'll be like, oh, it's a tabletop game or a card game or a dice game or something. I don't know. I'm going to buy something like that. But I thought that would be cool. Salisbury, yeah. Well, hopefully in the future you'll be able to do it. I think they're going to do it more than once. Philly seems like a town that wants Philly seems like a town that wants conventions, and I think it'll just get bigger. They'll start putting in musical acts, and they'll have like they have Acquisitions Inc. and Acquisitions C Team there, and by this time next year they'll have more. They'll have like more stuff like that, I think, and more entertainment, and like, because like tabletop and role playing stuff and all that is just getting bigger and bigger. Kickstarter has a presence there, but it's a lot because Luke, uh, who is like the guy at Kickstarter who is in charge of tabletop stuff, is going to be there. So that's kind of why their presence is there. But they're doing like, I thought this was kind of cool. So Kickstarter is doing like, they have their own little tiny theater, and they're doing like mini talks that are going to be a bit more casual than some of the other ones. And I thought that was a really smart idea. Um, and I don't know. So I'm like excited to go. I'm just going to go to a couple of those, I think, because I think that would be cool. But yeah, hopefully they'll do it again. Then for me, it's like I'm spending a little bit more on my Airbnb than I would have liked to have, because I got it late because of conflicts and stuff like that. I couldn't get a place that I would have liked to have gotten, that I would have booked like in the summer. But unfortunately, I was not able to do that. So instead, I'm spending a little more than I would have liked on that. But like, it's still incredibly cheap. And I'm taking the train down, and that's way cheaper than like flying like, Seattle. I did a Kickstarter to go to Seattle this year. It's not the easiest thing in the world for me to go to. So this is a lot simpler to go to Philadelphia. So I'm hoping that it grows and people want to come out. I know this is the 4th U.S. PAX. I get it. I mean, I'm not doing South next year. I got a few people asking about that because I've done it twice and really enjoyed it. But yeah, I just can't see myself going back to South next year. Maybe in 2019, I would go. No, so obviously it's unplugged. I get that. We're breaking the mold. We're one of the few panels. Actually, I'll say this: 404ing it is one of the only panels that does other packages as doing this one. Other than the Acquisitions Inc., very few games industry folk panels are there. So I think that's kind of cool that my panel works at so many different ways, at so many different places. I'm giving lip service to tabletop. I'll say that. One of my segments pays tribute to the reason why people are there. You might call it pandering, but I call it hitting the fans up, because even tabletop folks need a projector to show their cool stuff. So yeah, so I like that that people that have gone to other PAXs will see my panel listing there and know that I've done it before. I like to be able to say that this will be my 3rd PAX this year. I think that's awesome that I'm doing 3 out of the 4 of the US ones. Lastbrook, I love South. I went to the very first one. I went to the very second one. I should have gone this year, what with the Royal Rumble being there. Should have convinced Aaron Trites that we should go. I didn't convince Aaron that we should go. We didn't go. I regret that. I wish we had gone. But we'll be back in the future. Southern Slam will happen again. No commitment. Don't tell me. But I really like South. I love the vibe of it. I didn't submit anything for it because I knew I wasn't going to go, but it's got a great vibe to it. It's a very cool show. I would love to go to it in the future. Just can't make it work for this next one. Also, this year would have been a good year to go because it's far enough away from East. That's the problem, is a lot of times if it's late January and East is in March, that's just like too close of a time frame for me, and I can't pull it off. Okay. So we're attaching stuff here. This is going to attach like this. It's going to go around. It kind of goes over it. So I'm going to attach those there. I'm going to try to do it one-handed so you can all see what I'm doing. I don't know if that's going to work. Put that down. Yeah, I can't do that one-handed, so I got to hold it like that, and then I got to snap these in like this. I'm going to do it like that, and then trying to get this right. This seems to be a little tricky. Doable, but a little tricky. And then if I go like that, great, I did it. So we got one more section we have to do. That's obviously what's next. This popped off, which is unfortunate. Okay. Nice. I'm not sure why I'm looking now. I think what I did was I think I put this engine on wrong. So I'm going to figure out what I did wrong there. I'm going to look at it real quick because I think I might have put this in there. Yeah, so the nice thing about Lastbrook, you're half an hour away. San Antonio is still an inexpensive city to go into do a panel in. Like people were like, "Oh, why isn't it Austin?" Like Austin is expensive. Like no thanks. Um, can't do Austin, Texas. Like that's not going to happen. But San Antonio is still a really reasonable city that wants like tourism and wants like PAX there. It's a good sized convention center. I remember the first year because it was still kind of like a work in progress. Like, sorry to say, gigantic was like one of the big things there, which was kind of funny. All right, I got this not done. I put this on wrong. I fixed it. Yeah, Austin's not the right city for it. San Antonio, I guess the only bummer is that like that it's almost impossible for a lot of people on the coasts to get a direct flight there, right? So you got to fly to Dallas or something and then transfer. I like direct flights. I'm always willing to pay more because that's just my deal. I really prefer direct flights. It works better with my my hearing. My ears do not like landing and then taking off immediately. So either I do a really long layover or I suffer a lot, or I do direct. So I try to do direct when I can, but can't really do that in San Antonio from where I'm at here in New York. But it's still awesome. I think South is missing like the people that you want to come see. I think the vibe is right. I think with it being now, I think with East being 4 days, people might choose South next year. And when I say people, I mean developers. It's still early in the year, so that's tough for some like game devs to make the move out there unless they also work in the middle of the country. But I do think that like honestly, like with it being like a 4-day convention, which means you have to now like if you're a dev, you have to come out on Wednesday, and it's adding a lot to that. I think that like South, you're going to reach hungry fans. I also I'm going to say this: we don't have power. League of Heels doesn't have power, but we do have persuasion. So if we announce that we're doing South in 2019, people who haven't gone to South in a while that kind of want to do our dumb shit will go, maybe I could justify it. I guess it means I'll be doing League of Heels. Maybe I'll submit a panel. Like I think there'll be a few people that might come out because for some folks, PAX South was the only one time we've done it was some people's the only show they've missed. It's the only time Jeff Gerstmann hasn't done a other than Australia. It's the only American PAX that because Jeff went to the first one but not the second one, and wrestling didn't happen until the second one. So, maybe he'd be inclined to come if we were doing our dumb wrestle shit. Not saying he necessarily would 100%, but like, I don't know. That's my hope anyway, is that in 2019 we go back to South because I think South is rad and I'd love to continue to support it. All right, so these are like old school phones, but they're obviously on our kit here. This is moving pretty fast. Like we might finish this bag. I actually wouldn't be too unhappy if we finish this bag on stream here. But we'll knock out as much as we can. We've got another like 20 minutes left of the stream. Thank you for joining me tonight and hanging out here as I do this. I'm excited about Philadelphia, going out there. And just people ask me like, "Oh, are you sitting in on any other panels?" There's some talk. I'll tweet about it. I can't say for certain that I might be doing a panel tomorrow night. I don't have any details for it other than it will be live streamed, and I will tweet out the link if I end up agreeing to do it. But I haven't agreed to it right now, like necessarily, because I've mostly been looking at like, oh, I'll do 404ing it, and that'll be really fun. But also like just kind of want to play board games and hang out. See my friend Samantha. See, as I mentioned, Makinaro will be there. I'm going to hang out with Maki. Ryan Hartman and I are going to go chill a little bit. I'll see Max and a few other people in that crew. Maya is awesome. Uh, Maya from Secret Hitler is a rad person that I don't really know too well, but I'd like to try to hang out with. They're just some people that I would like to see. And I want to play board games. I want to like go into demos and talk with developers and all that. Like I think like that's going to be really cool. And so I'll be able to do a little bit of that. And since I'm taking the train, maybe I'll buy a sword. I don't know. I can't imagine I'm necessarily going to do that, but like maybe I will. Maybe I'll go buy a sword. I probably won't buy a sword, but who knows? Maybe I'll buy some role playing stuff because I know there's going to be some presence of that. The unplugged nature seems to have hit some role playing folks a little bit, and actually I think that would be rad. I don't think it's happening because I know it's like a tabletop focus. The idea of unplugged and focusing like, what if LARPers were like, this is our PAX, like just because like some of it like the TV, there's some stuff in there that are live action shows that are kind of taking D&D and running with it, but if that was a convention that like LARPers came to, it's already something that like it would be kind of incredible. Uh-oh. So I am missing a gray piece. I'm missing a piece, y'all. I don't know what happened. Oh, no. Hmm. I am, yeah. I am missing a piece on here. I don't know where it is. It's bad. Oh, it fell on the floor. I mean, PAX would probably not want to necessarily, yeah, I don't think PAX is going to want you to have swords, even if you legally can. I found that piece. I'm going to get it in a second. I'm sure PAX would not be into real swords. I think that there's enough of like fake swords that they're like whatever. The same thing with like, hey, if we're in Seattle and you can smoke up, but don't do it on the show floor. Be fucking cool. It's those kind of rules where like some of those other be cool rules like supersede the like state ordinances, you know? So I would say that probably in the same way that like I mean, I used to buy replica swords at anime conventions. At Otakon, I bought a sword, Baltimore's premier anime convention, but I never. I don't think that PAX would want to sell swords. I'm going to guess. Not an employee of theirs, but I'm going to go ahead and say they probably don't want you to buy swords and sell swords. All right, I have to get this piece. I'm going to go do that real quick. It's going to take me a second, y'all. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. I mean, I'm almost done. I didn't even take my headphones off because I knew where it was because it just fell out. It must have slid off the table because my table is small. All right, I'm back. Yeah, like I said, I don't think that I found the piece I needed. Very important. I don't think that PAX will be too keen on selling real weapons, even if in Texas you can carry swords now. As cool as that is, that's a little too. That's like hitting post-apocalyptic things, in my opinion. Like that's just hitting it a little too much. It's a little more than I would like. All right, so we're gonna put the last of our outer shell here on. This should detach pretty easily. And then there's one more thing we're building on this set here. So you might be looking at this and go, what's up with these outer shell? So I guess the idea is that all these little pieces here around here, these clips are going to be parts of the top of the Millennium Falcon that will then open up, so you can open up all of them and then look inside, which fucking sounds so cool, and I can't wait to build that. But because you'll be able to like look, because all the work we're doing in here, if I just had the lid on, you couldn't see. So that's really cool. And there's one more thing we're going to build out of this here. All our big bag had this tube, and I was like, what's up with this tube? And apparently I'm going to make use of this tube finally. So we'll do that. Got this like tubing here. So we will make this go in here. This is going to be, I believe, one of the last steps on this page here. And then that goes in like that. That's pretty cool. This is a good color for anything, but particularly for a Lego tubing thing. And then gotta turn the page. All right, and then that goes. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so this goes like this, and then this is kind of like feeds in along the back. I should have recognized that was from this kit. That's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna put that in nice and slow here in the back. It just kind of lives in back there. There's nothing really keeping it. There. All right, so that went in the back. Look at that. That looks awesome. I imagine someone has modded LED lights to do the same thing. Some kind of nonsense person that is not me. And then I just got to put some of these on here. So I got 6 of these. This have to go on. And then we got some extra pieces because Lego kits give you extra pieces, which is awesome. Because you never know when you might completely mess up when it comes to a tiny thing, or just like drop it forever. That happens. I've done it. All right, so then each one of these goes 1, 2, 3, 4 along the back there, and then lined up with that. Not really sure how this lines up, so forgive me. Okay, lines up with that piece there. Great. Not really sure what's up with that, but we'll make it work. That one goes on that side. Oops. Oh no. Oh, got really quiet there. I apologize. Happens now and again where I just start getting focused on my work and get a little quiet. I apologize. I will try to keep talking here. We're almost done with the stream, which is regrettable only because I really like working on this kit, and that means I won't work on it until next Friday. A week from tomorrow. Tomorrow is the next time I'll work on this kit because I won't do it next Thursday, as I said, and then this Saturday I'll be in Philly and I'll be doing 2 of those mega constructs, which will be like working on a kit, but not the same. And then that goes on this one here. This one piece is a weird one. Getting this in here is a little tricky, but all the other ones work pretty good. Okay, great. So let's see. That's the end of bag 5. So we did bag 4 and we did bag 5 in a stream. That's awesome. Look at this motherfucking Millennium Falcon. I'm going to swear up and down about it, how cool it is. We're on page 68, which is awesome. That's so awesome. We're really making progress. Like I said, we're on page 68, which is rad, of this Millennium Falcon. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Like I said, this Saturday, 9 p.m. in the normal time, I won't be streaming. I will be at PAX. So twitch.tv/PAX2. I'll also host it here, so you can watch that. Or at noon, 12 p.m. Eastern time. 12 p.m. Eastern this Saturday, afternoon stream live from my Airbnb. Hopefully the internet will work. I'll be testing it tomorrow when I get there. I've been assured that it will work. So hopefully it will. Thank you so much for joining. This archive will be up tonight, late tonight, for those of you that are my Patreon backers, $5 level. Everyone else gets it tomorrow. YouTube.com/PatBear, Twitter.com/PatBear. Send me photos of things that you're making. I'm going to take a photo of this. I'm going to put this up on Twitter. Thank you so much for joining, and have a great rest of your Thursday. Goodbye, everybody.